Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Afifah Ducain Pautina. Saya akan berstorytelling cerita tentang The King Who Yells and Yells and Yells. Once there was a king who lived in a beautiful kingdom. He had a beautiful wife and a beautiful daughter. The flowers in his palace garden were beautiful. Even all the horses in his stables were beautiful. But there was one thing about the king that you might find peculiar. If there was something, no matter how small it was, that was not according to his liking, he would yell and yell and yell. Like the other day, when the pots of roses were not put symmetrically, the king yelled. And when the princess' bow was not placed exactly in the middle, the king yelled. Another time, when the horses didn't march in a straight line, the king yelled. So you can imagine what happened when the king received disturbing news, such as the drought in the north, the flood in the south, or the epidemic in the east. And when the princess asked her mother why her father always yelled, the queen didn't have an answer. But the princess was determined to change that. First, she ordered a special music box from the music box artist. It was a very beautifully decorated music box. When the box arrived, she quickly brought it to her father. "Father, look at my new music box," said the princess. She said, Very pretty," said the king. The princess quickly went up the spring and opened it. But instead of playing a beautiful song, the music box yelled and yelled and yelled. The king covered his ears and called one of the handmaidens. "Bring the princess' music box back to the artist to be repaired," he instructed. "No, father, it's not broken. In fact, it's perfect because it reminds me of you," said the princess with a smile. The king opened his mouth. Everybody was sure that he was about to yell, but he quickly closed his mouth without yelling anything. Next, the princess ordered a special clock. At every hour, a small cuckoo-bird would come out, but instead of saying cuckoo, the bird yelled and yelled and yelled. The king again instructed the palace guard to return the clock to be repaired. But once more, the princess said there was nothing wrong with the clock and that it was, in fact, perfect because it reminds her of the king. Again, the king opened his mouth. Everybody got ready to cover their ears. But again, there was no yelling this time. The king simply closed his mouth again. Since then, believe it or not, the king didn't yell when he saw that the flower pots were not in line. He opened his mouth, then closed it and nudged the pot back in line. When he saw that the bow on his princess dress was not right in the middle, he opened his mouth, closed it, and simply asked one of the handmaidens to straighten it. And when he received a bad news, he opened his mouth, closed it, and opened it again to start the discussion to find the solution. After that, the princess knew that it was time for her to repair the clock and the music box. The clock now gave out a cuckoo sound and the music box gave out a beautiful song. When the king heard that the clock and the music box were not yelling anymore, he opened his mouth, closed it, and opened it again to reveal a big smile. The end.